Well, look, Jake, before we get into your arrival at Mid-Atlantic, let's talk a little bit about your departure from Mid-South. It's
Mm.
interesting that you're leaving them behind after arriving in late 1979 because you'd had some real success with Watts and had even become North American champion in spring of 81 after defeating your old pal, the Grappler. And speaking of Len Denton, he's also departing from Watts' territory and coming to Mid-Atlantic. Why leave Mid-South at this time, Jake?
Well, Bill Watts asked us to.
Why?
He was fed up with us. He had had enough.
Okay.
I don't understand it. I never did understand it. I was hot at the time,
Yes.
and he just said it's time for you to move on.
That's really strange.
So he gave us to Ole.
So it was like a package deal essentially where he's saying like, "Hey, I'll help you guys get in over there with Oli." So it was yourself,
Yeah.
Len Denton. Do you remember anybody else who came along for the ride?
Oh, some underneath guys did. Guy
Okay.
by the name of Mike Miller.
All right.
Um, I can't remember anybody else
At the time, Jake, where were you making your home?
in Baton Rouge.
Okay. And so Mid-Atlantic, you're going over to where were they based out of?
Charlotte.
Okay. So now all of a sudden you've got a big move because Bill Watts makes the choice to ship you guys off.
Yeah,
Oh Lord.
it was
Okay.
tough.
Yeah, that would be tough. And I mean, safe to say that you'd be disappointed by the move, or were you kind of
Yeah, I was
anticipating?
very disappointed by the move because I thought we had a good thing going. I thought I was learning a lot, and I was able to wrestle with anybody, you know, whether it be Lynn Denton or Ernie Ladd or anybody. It didn't matter.
As I was kind of looking back through all this stuff, yeah, I saw some big names like Len Denton, Ernie Ladd, among others that you got had the opportunity to work with. Like Terry Gordy, you did some matches with him in
Yeah,
Mid South during this run. So it was like it was a cool, successful run. And like I said, he put his number one title around your waist earlier this same year, and then all of a sudden he's just like, "All right, that's enough."
yeah.
Strange.
Shoot's over.
Well, you said that you could work with anybody at this point, and it ties in perfectly with my next question because you had mentioned before during your time in Calgary that you were still pretty green. After your time in Mid South here, did you feel like you'd started to really kind of come into your own?
Yeah, yeah. I was cooking on all eight cylinders.
Now, did you feel like you still had a lot of like looking back on it with hindsight? Do you feel like you still had a lot of developing to do, or were you there, like ready?
Sure, sure. I had more developing to do, but it was more in the character end of it, not the physical end of it in the ring.
Okay.
Because in the ring, I was ready, but character wise, I needed more polish.